So, welcome back. While most of the world are wrapping up their weekend this Sunday, January 18, 2026, a single data point released by the Beijing sent a shockwave through the global tech corridors. China's General Administration of Customs just reported a massive 15% drop in the rare earth export. Now, in the world of commodities, a 15% fluctuation might sound like a bad day at office, but when it comes to the rare earth, it's a seismic event, and these aren't just a rock, they are the invisible lifeblood of our digital age. Without them, our phone, iPhone does not vibrate, our EV does not move, and the AI models we have become so reliant on simply stop growing. So today we are breaking down the rare earth squeeze of 2026. We will look at why this drop happened now and the escalating trade war between China and G7. And of course, why the AI revolution might be about to hit a very hard, very metallic wall. So, before we get into the why, we need to understand the what. What are rare earth element and why does our country have such a grip on them? So there are 17 of these element names like neodymium, disoporosium, and terbium. Despite the name, they aren't actually the rare in the earth crust. You can find them in many places including US and Australia. The real problem isn't mining, it is refining. So extracting these elements in a chemical is definitely a chemical nightmare, and it's dirty. It is toxic and it's incredibly expensive to do all this refining safely. So over the last 30 years, China made a strategic bet. They would handle the environmental cost and the heavy industrial lifting that the West didn't want to do. So as of today, China controls roughly 60% of global mining, but more importantly, they control nearly 90% of world's refining capacity. If you mine rare elements in California or Vietnam, chances are that you still have to ship them to China to turn them into something useful. So this gives Beijing a master key to the global tech industry, and this weekend they just turned the lock. So why now? Why this 15% drop? To find the answer, we have to look at the escalating tension between Beijing and Tokyo. Just last week, Japanese official made a series of bold statements regarding the stability of Taiwan Strait, signaling a deeper military integration with US. So Beijing's response was swift, and we have seen it before. It used its most powerful economic weapon, trade restrictions. So in late 2025, China expanded its dual-use export control list. This means any material that could be used for military purpose now requires a special license. And since rare earth are used in everything from F-35 fighter jet to nuclear submarine sensor, they are definition of dual use. So by tightening the export flow by 15%, China is sending a clear message to G7. And that message is your defense and tech sector exist at our discretion. So, when we go further and we just dive deep into that, this isn't just about a fighter jet. This hits your driveway and your laptop too. So let's talk about the electric vehicle. Most EVs use permanent magnet motors, and these motors requires neodymium and praseodymium to function efficiently. So without these magnet EV motors becomes bulkier, less efficient, and significantly more expensive. For companies like Tesla, Rivian, and BYD, a supply squeeze means a production delay and the skyrocketing sticker prices. So then there's a AI, everybody is using the AI, and we are currently in the middle of greatest hardware built out in human history. So modern AI chip and the high speed data centers that house them rely on rare earth elements for everything from specialized glass in optics to the capacitors on the board themselves. A kind of 15% fewer chips is it means a massive spike in the cost per flop of computing power. So if you thought that GPU shortage of 2021 were bad, the magnetic crisis of 2026 could be even more restrictive. So the big question everybody is asking, that can we find any alternatives? The West is trying very hard. Under the Critical Mineral Pact 2025, the US, Australia and Canada have poured billions into domestic refining. We are seeing new plants opening in Texas and Western Australia. Scientists are also racing to develop a rare earth element free magnet, and we have seen breakthrough in iron nitride magnet that promises to do the same job without the Chinese supply chain. But there's a catch. The catch is time. Building a refining plant actually takes 5 to 10 years, and developing a new magnet technology and scaling it for millions of cars takes a decade. And China's 50% cut is happening now. So we are in a gap where the old supply is shrinking and the new supply isn't ready yet. So this is a danger zone for the global economy. The 15% drop we see this weekend isn't just a statistical blip, it is warning shot. As we move further in 2026, the battle for tech supremacy will be no longer be fought just with the code or silicons. It will be fought with the magnets and minerals. So the rare earth squeeze is a reminder that in our high-tech digital world, we are still deeply teethering to the ground beneath our feet. The question for all of us is, how will the tech giant pivot? And will your next car be more expensive? Will the AI boom stall out? So only one thing is certain, the era of cheap mineral definitely is over. So what do you think about this? Is the West doing enough to secure this tech future, or is it too little or too late? So let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for our deep dives into global economy. And I'm Kanchan. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.